for those that say we're not in a recession, don't have to believe this, keep spending, namely politicians that can't have the story be that the economy's tough. Just can't have that. Well, let me show you this. Do you remember at the end of the COVID cycle when suddenly we didn't have enough trucks and we couldn't get chips shipped from the docks to the manufacturing facilities for cars and trucks? Do you remember that? And we couldn't get things, in stock at Walmart because trucking, we didn't have enough truckers and they're driving around and we couldn't get the gasoline delivered fast enough. Remember all that? Well, some freight is officially in trouble. And for everybody that says the US economy is fine, there's no recession, and things are okay, look at this. Truckers believe they are about to go into a downturn that's worse than 2008. And I'm talking independent truck drivers that are usually mom and pop organizations that bought the cab, that truck with the sleeper unit that they're driving. That's their home and that's their job. And these people deliver a huge percent of the goods and services to us. There's a lot by rail and a lot by boat. Boat gets them to the port, rail moves them around, but there's nothing that moves as much trucking. And it will give us a glimpse into the broader economy of what's going on. Check this out. Inflation, higher operating and maintenance costs, and the declining demand for goods are affecting trucking. Wait, what did they just say? Declining demand for goods? Oh, nobody's buying extra stuff on a credit card when you're putting your mortgage on a credit card. So guess what? No new sneakers that month. Yeah. You tracking? You smelling what I'm tasting? I think you are. Drivers are now being paid $1.49 per mile. Did you know those were $3 per mile 2 years ago? When they desperately needed truckers, when all that was going on immediately post-COVID, they were being paid $3 a mile. Now they're getting $1.49 a mile. That's half. Truckers are getting half. And they have ways that they can deny a load. Like sometimes the mysterious cancellation you get from Lyft or from Uber, that they got to be something in there. They know where you're going, because you'll get a cancellation when they're supposed to be, someone on the little map supposed to be coming to you. All of a sudden there's a cancellation. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go. They can turn down loads. And so the turn down rate, I think it's called drayage denial rate. Anyway, there's a phrase for it in the trucking industry. They can say, no, I don't want to take that. So get this. J.B. Hunt, which is, I believe, a tremendous player in trucking. You can see their trucks everywhere talking about happy drivers, and usually they have like Bible verses on there. So they tend to be a company that's known for taking care of their drivers, taking care of their people. They're saying that what they're seeing right now is starting to remind them of 2009. That's bad, very bad. So if you're in transportation right now, you need to take care of your best customers and your best drivers, and you really need to weather the storm. And you hear we're saying this a lot, because right now, they're saying that they also believe that this is going to be a 12-month storm before demand picks back up for a lot of things. So for everybody that says everything's fine, everything's good, there's an awful lot of things going on here that are pointing to that America is about to have a very tough year, and there's already a lot of toughness showing up in the market today. So trucking, that's a leading indicator. Because when the truckers say, hey, we're starting to see reduced demand for the products, who's buying the products? Retailers. So if they're not buying them, then the retailer is sensing softness, or they're going to carry constrained inventory for some reason on certain things, or reduce inventory because they're not selling as much, because the retailer doesn't want to be caught with the inventory in the middle. They can't. There's a lot more to mass retail economics I could go into, but they can't be stuck with that. They can't. Their margins are too thin. So when the truckers say, hey, we're seeing $1.50 a mile versus $3, and we're seeing reduced load demand, you can bet there's something going on in the economy, and it's about to get serious. So from there, speaking of getting serious, in life, sometimes you have the liberty of enough time to turn something around. Like when another team scores 14 points in the first quarter, there's 3 quarters of football left. And the turnaround stories are legendary. Just look at New England versus Atlanta in the Super Bowl less than 5 years ago. You see what happened there. New England came back because there was enough time. You also see other games, doesn't matter what sport you like, and you don't even have to be a sports person to know of certain stories you may have seen out there where, hey, they ran out of time. They ran out of time to catch them in the season standings. They ran out of time in a single game, even though they were hot and they had a comeback going. They ran out of time. That's the way you as a business need to think. So to entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs, and people everywhere, you need to think about the amount of time that's on the clock and the amount of time that you have left to turn around. And you can take decisive action and should, because hope is not a method. Oh, I hope that the old sales levels and the old economy will come back when this is over. What do you mean when this is over? In many ways, we're seeing things for the first time. What do you mean when it's over? There's no 9 innings in the economy. There's no 4 quarters, football, basketball in the economy. You don't know what the new reality is going to be. There's rules in sports that will be followed tomorrow as they are today. Not in business. This time it's different. It can be a very, very real thing. So you can't wait.